Anyway, I could do some top movies. See if you guys agree with me or not.
What are your favorite mass shootings from the last decade?
There are too many to count. I don't know. There's like, I mean, I'm going to give, hot take, and this might get me some hot water. I'm anti-school shooting.
If you guys are on the fence a little bit, I think if you talk to any of the $50 patrons, they'll tell you that they are very happy with their purchase. I get in there, I stream video games to them. We all play video games together. Right now we're playing a lot of zombies together, but whatever's kind of hot at the moment.
That guy fucked his girlfriend in the hangout. How are we glossing over that?
I was getting to that.
Oh,
that was the cherry on top to my sales pitch. Fuck.
When I write a story for the paper, I lead. Right?
Colonel Sanders doesn't come out and say, "Oh, and we also got apple pies," and then go backwards. No, the apple pie is what he tells you last. The free apple pie is what makes you think that 6-piece wing meal was just an incredible deal. I was on board with 6-piece wings, some mashed potatoes, and the side biscuit.
When you make a video, you put the explosion in the front, Kyle, and then you lead up to it again.
I always put the explosion in the back. Have you seen none of my videos?
I've seen all of your videos.
And you do a little explosion at the front. Yes. I'm the little explosion. I'm going to play video games with you. The big explosions at the end.
It's okay. I think
you tell it.
But do you ever have it where you go somewhere where you think is safe, like a gas station, and then you go in and you immediately realize that it's sketchy as fuck because they're like behind bars, and it's not even like a hole where you put the money through. It's like you put it into a well, and then they pull the drawer back, and they
you spin the wheel, like goes around to them.
It's so like what has happened here that this was precedent? What has occurred?
How many people anywhere, if they buzz me into the building, I'm like, do I really want to get into a building where I have to be buzzed in? Like, do you have so much problems that the door's locked during business hours?
It's like Seinfeld, where someone buzzes and they're like, Jerry's like, "Oh, who is it?" He's like, "UPS." He just lets him in, and then George has to be like, or Kramer, whoever, you just let a serial killer into the building, right? Like, of course they pretend to be UPS people. Like, that's, I don't know, that would make sense. Yeah, I don't want to go into a building after be buzzed in, and I don't want to get gas from a 7-Eleven where someone is behind bulletproof glass in a Kevlar vest. Because you know that it wasn't one attendant got shot. You know that it was an amount to the point that the 7-Eleven union comes down and says, "This is out of control. Put up some glass. We're losing a lot of folks." This union, our membership is dwindling. People are murdering our members over cigarillos. And
Last night I was scared. So I'm in this like Fleabag motel, right? And I don't know how to describe it, but on the door there was this tapping, like. Right? They weren't knocking. It was just tapping. And there's nothing near this door that would do that. It's not like there's tree branches or anything. And in my head, I built up this scenario where someone's at the door just trying to lure me to it. Like that. And there's a peephole on it. And it's, like a motel where every room has its own door. So I'm looking out the peephole, and there's nothing going on. And it's nothing of a story. I'm just in here, like, feeling a little fucked up. And I don't know why. Like, I had this vibe that there were people there doing it, that it wasn't natural, that it wasn't like someone was tapping on my door, and I couldn't spot them through the people, and I didn't have my gun.
Someone rapping, almost tapping on my chamber door. Presently, my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and you so gently came a-rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door, darkness there, and nothing more. Now steady tapping at my chamber door."
I could have listened to the whole thing. I really
Yes, keep going.
We have Taylor, the ladies' man. He's the guy in the green shirt there. We have Lefty. Oh, go ahead and say something. You can see you.
We can see you. Oh, so can the subs see us too right now?
Yeah, the subs can see you.
Oh, okay.
That means put your pants back on.
I would have put on some makeup or even something on my bottom before doing the show had I known.
Wait, do you legitimately have no pants on?
No, I have.
Show us.
Pants on too.
I don't believe you.
My night's going great.
Dirty guy putting it on the bed and like getting his Vaseline out and like lubing up his pocket pussy. But this is like a whole woman's like prosthetic ass, like in the perfect position with a butthole and a vagina, and it vibrates. It vibrates, you know.
Do you get to choose? I didn't even look that carefully.
Yeah, either hole you want. They'll even add a third if that's your thing. And then
it is my thing.
There you go. Make your own, as they say. It's the Terrama New One plan. It's $39.99. They don't mind a bit. But yeah, it vibrates. The most humiliating thing of all time, though, right, has to be like after you finished this, like just imagine being all sweaty. You just came after fucking your robot, and you're just like, all right, time to carry this 30-pound jiggly robot.
Wait, set the scene. Take me there.
I imagine this guy's just doing it right on the coffee table. He's not taking that back to the bedroom.
I imagine.
And he like peels it off the glass top. In college, if you join a fraternity, I didn't, but I had a lot of friends who did. You have to carry around with you when you're pledging or rushing, basically a little bag full of all these like necessities that at any point an active brother can be like, hey, lighter. And one of the pledges, if they don't have a lighter available, or if they don't have a condom available, or they don't have a cigarette available or whatever, they'll get in trouble and they'll have to do extra hazing or whatever. And so one of the things that one of my buddies had to do, it was two of them actually, because they were both pledging the same fraternity freshman year. And they had to have cigarettes, condoms, a lighter, and they had to have a pocket pussy that could be demanded from them from any active brother at any time. And so there was one sex shop that I knew of in Columbia at Mizzou. And so a ton of guys had to go there and buy like these. And the only rule was like, bring back a pocket pussy. And so all of them were going and being like, all right, where's the cheapest one? Boom, got it. And like grabbing it and bring it back. And went off without a hitch. Like this isn't like a one-day thing. You just have to have these things available. And as a joke, apparently I wasn't there. This was at the house. One of my buddies was asked, hey, give me your pocket pussy. Because they'll just try and catch you. Because make him be like, oh, I don't have it. And they're like, oh, 50 push-ups or whatever it is. And gave it to him. And the guy goes, this sucks. You're going to take this back, tell him it was too big, and you're going to get me a nicer one. And so this other guy had to go back to the store and return it with his brother there, making sure he said it, like in the background, like doing some perusing, and have to say, this was too big. I need a smaller, nicer one. And then he had to pick one out and give it to that guy. It was just a funny little humiliation bonding thing. So
how wonderful.
There you go. Yeah. And who said, like, it's better than like the 80s where like getting initiated was like getting paddled a bunch.
They would just, you were the pocket pussy in the 80s. It's like, all right, bend over. It's time.
Going on all these other hazing stories from my friends. Another good one they had to do is like they would have nights where they'd all just have to get shit-faced, and it'd be like on a Tuesday. And so it'd be like, you guys all have class tomorrow morning, and you are getting hammered right now. Finish that drink. And so they got them all hammered, all the pledges, like early on in the rush time. And apparently they had to do body shots of tequila off of their fellow pledge brothers, which basically means a body shot. You fill your belly button with the tequila. Yeah. You put a lime in their mouth. And then some salt on the nipple area, and then they gotta lick their nipple area, take the shot out of their belly button, and then take the lime out of their mouth. These are all reasons that I'm saying it now that make me happy I didn't choose this path.
I don't think you should be able to go up and punk people like that and just be like, I can't touch me. Provided your feelings aren't easily hurt, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Hire henchmen, clearly.
I mean, it would be easier if everyone had a henchman. Right? Just one person.
Not if you're an asshole.
That would be total chaos. It'd be like Pokemon, where you'd be like, henchman, defend me. And they'd be like, henchman, defend me. Like, use right hook. As you're ordering.
Oh no, I have a fire henchman and you have a water henchman.
See, this is the best argument for importing refugees I've ever heard.
Okay.
Everyone gets a henchman.
I got a question.
Yeah.
I got a question. Now, tell me if someone walks up to you and says this, is it okay to fight them? What if they walk up to you? What if they walk up to you and they go, "Hey, fuck you, pal"?
Yes, clearly, clearly you should hit
good.
Hey yo, guess you Matt. Why you talking big too dirty when you know he won't accept your conditions? Why don't you fight someone who will? They call me the Northern Nightmare.
You smoke nicotine salts out of it instead of like vaping
Nicotine
juice.
salts.
Now I don't know what that means, but I've heard it, so it must.
It's
exist.
like bath salts, but with nicotine.
Does it turn
That's
you
what
into a
that guy
face-eating zombie?
You salt anything, that's good. What wakes you up if you're in a coma? Smelling salts. What?
I can tell you love salt because your water retention's on point.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Before we started recording, I don't know if it was Taylor or Kyle who said, Asterios, you really look like you're on the downturn. And I was like, oh, great. Out of the 2 turns you could make, I get the worst turn, the down. I'm on the upturn, baby. What?
See, now, we're already recording. and